Recap. Tales of Herding Gods, Chapter 5 and 75. Chapter 576. From the Spirit Energy Mutual Shift Bridge, a youth bearing two deer legs stepped forth, his hooves touching stone as he lifted his head and swept his gaze across the vast expanse before him, astonishment surging through his eyes. He murmured in a low voice, "This realm is far more boundless than eternal peace. Gods and devils roam everywhere." That brat actually forged such a bridge to link two worlds. Such craftsmanship reaches the heavens. The little scoundrel clearly delights in creating such oddities instead of focusing on cultivation. Constructing this bridge must have consumed no small amount of time, so how did his cultivation still advance so swiftly? "Leader!" One of the guards at the side pursed his lips and whispered, "Look at that deer-legged youth." Could he be the one in the portrait that Cultmaster Qin had painted? The guard hastily took out Qinmu's painting and compared it carefully. His eyes lit up with realization. Identical. However, the youth in the painting has only one deer leg, while this one has two. Is it truly him or not? While hesitation lingered in his heart, he saw the youth begin to descend the stone steps. No matter what, we must subdue him first. The guard cast a glance toward the others, and they all understood without words. Rising into the sky, they unleashed a torrent of divine arts and spirit weapons. Sword pellets, knife pellets, towering structures, pagodas, massive cauldrons, and countless other treasures crashed downward like a storm, engulfing the deer-legged youth entirely. Terrifying ripples spread outward in all directions, echoing through heaven and earth for a long time. The Spirit Energy Mutual Shift Bridge was of supreme importance to both realms, and thus those guarding it were formidable experts. The weakest among them had reached the life and death realm, while many stood at the Divine Bridge realm. After the assault, everyone recalled their spirit weapons and swiftly descended to the base of the sacrificial altar to inspect the aftermath. All they saw was pale ground, yet not a single trace of the deer-legged youth remained. Shock filled their hearts as they turned their gazes outward. Light erupted from their eyes, penetrating everything within a 100-mile radius. Suddenly, they caught sight of the deer-legged youth 100 miles away, running lightly with effortless grace. "Strike him with our divine eyes," the guard commanded. Instantly, divine light gathered within the eyes of the many guards, converging into beams of terrifying power that shot toward the fleeing youth. Yet just before the pupil divine arts struck, the youth vanished. When he reappeared, he was already another 100 miles away. In the blink of an eye, he had traveled 200 miles from the bridge. They prepared to unleash another round, but the youth vanished once more, disappearing entirely from their perception. The guards stared at one another in disbelief, their hearts unsettled, uncertain of what action to take. At that moment, the sound of footsteps echoed from behind them. A young man stepped out from the Spirit Energy Mutual Shift Bridge, a massive chest following closely behind him. The chest had numerous legs and clattered along as it trailed the youth, who possessed delicate and refined features. It resembles Cultmaster Qin's chest, yet this person is not Cultmaster Qin. Confusion spread among them when the youth, whose eyes shone like stars, spoke in a gentle tone. "Is this Supreme Emperor Heaven? Where do the true devils reside?" "Little brother, are you from eternal peace? Why would you seek true devils? If you wish to find their kind, simply head toward the devil territory over there. The Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptor is currently training troops in Lee City, so you may go there first to seek him. It would be more convenient." The youth shook his head lightly. "I merely wish to collect the corporeal bodies and primordial spirits of several devil gods. Why would I need to find the Eternal Peace Imperial Preceptor, this junior? As he is now, he is still unworthy of joining my collection." He was about to depart when an elderly man, his face lined with countless wrinkles, emerged from the bridge carrying a massive chest and furnace upon his back. A warm smile adorned his face, and he appeared quite content. "Why are all the people arriving from Eternal Peace today so strange?" The guards were utterly bewildered. First a youth with two deer legs, then these two peculiar men carrying chests. The youth's expression changed drastically upon seeing the old man bearing the furnace and chest. His face darkened to the extreme. "Mute, I have searched for you for a long time." When the old man saw him, his own expression shifted. The smile on his face froze. Abba, ah! That's right, it is. Xing. Killing intent surged from Xing like a raging storm that pierced the heavens. His voice turned icy. Though I no longer need to collect your parts, you imprisoned me for so long that I must exact my revenge. Mute, you truly run fast. Light flickered once more upon the Spirit Energy Mutual Shift Bridge, and an immensely sturdy man cloaked in an overcoat stepped forth. A colossal blade rested upon his shoulder as he spoke with a grin. Your chest is quite useful, transforming into a boat to aid your escape. I barely managed to catch up. Xing. Heaven Knife! The corners of Xing eyes twitched. The chest behind him suddenly withdrew its legs and hid behind him, clearly remembering the terror of being cleaved apart by Butcher. Xing clasped his hands behind his back and spoke indifferently. You too have broken through the divine bridge and entered the celestial palaces? One Mute, one Heaven Knife, both gods, both enemies. Heh, you may come together. Butcher's eyes gleamed as he burst into hearty laughter. Xing, I pursued you for 80,000 miles, yet you still escaped. Truly impressive. That old fellow village chief said your abilities were extraordinary, though it's a pity he has passed on. Still, since you live, I have long desired to meet you. Xing smiled faintly. The human Emperor Sword God? He is no longer my equal. The two of you may come at once. I will settle my debts and then hunt devil gods to enrich my collection. The bridge flashed again, and an elder clad in green robes stepped out, his bearing noble as a prince above all others. He touched his iron ears and sighed in relief upon confirming they were still intact. He asked curiously, was this bridge truly constructed by Muir? He grows ever more capable. Xing. Death this brat Xing has cultivated to godhood, Butcher shouted. You are the weakest, so be cautious. Once more the bridge shimmered, and all eyes brightened as a peerless beauty stepped forth from the radiance. Her sweeping gaze caused all who saw her to fall into a trance. Xing? She exclaimed in surprise. Granny C, grow older. Do not distract me, Butcher shouted angrily. Let us all join forces and beat this fellow. Another short elder emerged, a black dragon spear strapped to his back. He spoke leisurely. Xing, what arrogance! Behind him came a thin elder with an honest smile. Yet upon seeing Xing, his expression changed drastically, and he immediately turned to retreat into the bridge. However, the elder with the black spear grabbed him, forcing him forward. Xing's gaze shifted away from Granny C and landed upon Blind. His voice turned cold. All my old enemies have gathered. I can send you all on your final journey together. At that moment, a tall man wearing a bronze mask rushed in, panting heavily. You all run too fast. I had to exhaust all my energy just to barely catch up. Why have you all stopped? Xing is here as well? Xing's expression changed drastically. Without hesitation, he grabbed the chest and fled. With a thunderous boom, his figure tore through the air, leaving behind a cloud of vapor. In an instant, he had sprinted over 100 miles. Everyone stared wide-eyed at his astonishing speed. Apothecary touched the mask upon his face, sounding somewhat puzzled. Why did he flee so quickly? I did not even have time to act. Teacher Heaven Knife. A thunderous voice roared from the bridge, deafening to the ears. I see you! Stop running! Green Bull, faster! Teacher, I have much to say to you. You. Butcher's face turned ashen. Bashan is catching up. Run. Granny C and the others immediately departed with his words. Moments later, a towering green bull man over 30 yards tall descended from the sky. A peony flower held in his mouth. His muscles rippled as he strode forward with excitement. Soon after, another sturdy man followed, looking around in delight. Teacher's blade light is too conspicuous. He cannot hide from me. Green Bull, reveal your true form. The green bull man let out a mighty moo and transformed into a colossal green bull over 120 yards tall. Covered in green fur and dragon scales, the sturdy man leapt onto its back, and it soared into the sky. The guards at the Spirit Energy Mutual Shift Bridge looked at one another in dismay. After a long while, their leader let out a trembling breath. There are truly many strange people today. Before he could finish speaking, the bridge flashed once more, and an old monk accompanied by 2 young monks stepped out. The old monk bore a dignified expression, with 20 heavens manifesting behind him. Within them sat several hundred eminent monks of varying ages and forms, some human, some demon. One of the young monks had a full moon face and a solemn demeanor, while the other was sturdy like a black pagoda, holding a kakara staff. "Zankong, ask the way," the old monk instructed. The black, pagoda-like monk stepped forward, clasping his hands in greeting. He addressed the leading guard. "Road?" The leader was momentarily stunned, but still attempted to respond. "Good, evil?" "Good," the monk replied. "There?" The guard pointed toward Lee City. The old monk proceeded in that direction, the two young monks following behind. As they walked, Mingxin exclaimed in admiration, "Rulai, senior brother Zankong's method of asking directions is truly direct. He accomplished it in merely 2 words. This disciple has learned much." Rulai Ma nodded. "He possesses great wisdom." The guards watched them depart with blank expressions. Before they could recover, several old Taoists and nuns emerged from the bridge, surrounding a young Taoist. "Is this the Spirit Energy Mutual Shift Bridge constructed by Old Devil Chin? His attainments in algebra have truly reached the pinnacle." The Taoists and nuns took out various calculation tools and, ignoring the guards entirely, began measuring the runes on the bridge, discussing them excitedly. The guards exchanged helpless looks, intending to question the young Taoist, only to see him even more engrossed than the elders, muttering feverishly as he calculated, utterly intoxicated by his work. "The people of eternal peace are all eccentrics." While the Taoists continued their measurements, several elders with immortal auras arrived, accompanied by young men and women. One of them smiled and asked, "Tao Master Lin Xuan, what are you all doing?" "So it is the seniors of Little Jade Capital. Senior brother Muran is here as well." Tao Master Lin Xuan lifted his head, excitement shining in his eyes. "The algebra used by Cult Master Qin for this bridge is astonishing beyond measure. We are still calculating." Wang Muran smiled. "Tao Master, even if you calculate for some time, you may not uncover all its mysteries. Why not simply ask Cult Master Qin for the blueprints?" Tao Master Lin Xuan suddenly realized his oversight and summoned the others. With a smile, he said, "Upon seeing this bridge, we forgot there might be a shortcut. Indeed, has senior brother Xu Shenghua arrived as well?" After returning from high heavens, he went to Supreme Emperor Heaven, so he should already be here. He likely went to the God Suppression Pagoda to attempt the trial of the young true god, Mu Qingdai replied. Amid lively conversation, they all headed toward Lee City. It was clear that some disciples had come before, as they were familiar with the path, leaving the guards behind in stunned silence. "Were all those people friends of Cult Master Qin? They are all so strange," the leading guard muttered. "How did such a good and ordinary person, like Cult Master Qin, befriend so many peculiar individuals?" Translator Atlas Studios. Editor Atlas Studios. Truly a wondrous and resplendent world. Wang Muran, Tao Master Lin Xuan, and the others stood beneath the vast firmament, their gazes sweeping across the boundless expanse of Supreme Emperor Heaven as admiration welled within their hearts. Twin suns hung high in the heavens, blazing with unparalleled brilliance, stirring unending awe within them. In the distant horizon, colossal sacrificial altars pierced toward the firmament, streams of black radiance surging into the clouds like sinister pillars. Yet the group remained unaware that such an ominous spectacle was an aberration born from the descent of the devil ancestors. "When I once heard that the radiance of the sun here could not be endured, I did not dare set foot within this realm," Tao Master Lin Xuan said with a faint smile, his voice calm as drifting clouds. "Only now, with the Imperial Preceptor commencing the Great Reconstruction, did I dare to enter this land." They advanced toward the outskirts of Lee City, where ranks of soldiers swiftly approached to intercept them. Upon learning that they were divine arts practitioners from Eternal Peace, the soldiers cupped their fists and spoke respectfully. "Recently, devils have been emerging in great numbers. We have no choice but to heighten our vigilance. Please forgive any offense." Wang Muran cast his gaze outward and saw vast armies drilling beyond the city walls. Battle banners snapped fiercely in the wind, their cries echoing across the plains. Divine arts practitioners surged like wolves, charging through immense formations like raging boars. Their cultivation bases were formidable, their battle prowess astonishing, stirring within him an uncontrollable desire to test his strength. "Muran, restrain your impulses." Hermit Qingying, you spoke in a low tone. The legacy of Supreme Emperor Heaven is complete, standing a realm above that of eternal peace. Though you have inherited the arts of Fengdu, you still fall short of their divine arts practitioners. If you wish to exchange pointers, you must seek someone a realm beneath you. Wang Muran's expression hardened, unwilling to yield, and he shook his head. Senior uncle, aside from Cult Master Qin, I have never suffered defeat against anyone within my realm in eternal peace. Tao Master Lin Xuan raised his brows slightly and gave a light cough. Wang Muran turned his gaze upon him, speaking in an even, measured tone. Does Tao Master Lin Xuan have a differing opinion? Tao Master Lin Xuan smiled faintly. If we have never crossed hands, how can you be certain you would not lose? A sharp brilliance ignited within Wang Muran's eyes. You speak truth. We are both leaders of the Heaven Alliance, yet we have never fought. You are the Tao Master of Tao Sect, your position far surpassing mine. I am but a disciple of Little Jade Capital. Yet the higher one's standing, the less one is required to fight. I wonder, do you still retain the ability to fight? You have fought many, Tao Master Lin Xuan replied leisurely, but all were weaker than you. A single battle with a true expert can surpass 100 encounters with ordinary practitioners. What does Senior Brother Muran think? The two stood ablaze with battle intent, their chi stirring like storm winds just as they were about to move. A thunderous roar shattered the air. Their gazes shifted, and they beheld two female generals clashing within the battle formation. It was Princess Yuxiu of Eternal Peace and Saintess Si Yunxiang of the Heavenly Saint Cult. The two commanded separate camps, yet from the moment their gazes met, they had already plunged into fierce combat. Ling Yuxiu raised her foot and stomped down with immense force, sending mud exploding skyward. In an instant, countless bolts of lightning coalesced above, forming a vast vortex within which green lightning dragons writhed and roared. Boom! The two collided violently. Lightning cascaded around them as Ling Yuxiu swung her massive hammer, calling down innumerable green lightning dragons from the heavens. Divine arts erupted in every direction. Their might was so overwhelming that even Wang Muran and Tao Master Lin Xuan felt their eyelids twitch uncontrollably. The path Ling Yuxiu had cultivated was one that fused battle techniques with Tao spells. Within every strike, divine arts lay concealed. Lightning tempered her flesh, refining her body. Her magic power condensed to an incomparably dense state. The might of her divine arts was truly terrifying. Opposing her, Si Yunxiang walked the path of hiding swords within divine arts. She had inherited the Heavenly Saint cult's profound arts, their strangeness, their unpredictability. Though her cultivation was inferior to Ling Yuxiu's, by weaving together countless divine arts, she unleashed astonishing bursts of power. How biased of Cult Master to bestow the ancestral Dragon Supreme Mystery Technique upon you. La Sishu, even if you slay me, I remain the true Cult Mistress. La Sishang, you call yourself the Cult Mistress? I was the one who married him first. At most, you are second. We were childhood sweethearts with that cowherd boy, our tokens of love exchanged long ago. This hammer was given to me by him. Pah! What kind of token is a hammer? Cult Master is bound to me for life. He gave me his junior protector sword. Pah! You extorted it from him and even sold it afterward. Tao Master Lin Xuan, Wang Muran, and the others stood stunned, their eyes wide. Divine arts and techniques exploded endlessly within the battle formations of the two girls, their might truly fearsome. Yet, carried away by their emotions, they ignored the shifting formations, continuing their personal clash instead of coordinating with the troops. Suddenly, a young girl with long braids darted between them, forcibly separating the two. Sisters, this is a drill, not a life-and-death battle. Sanghua, you dare interfere? The three maidens clashed once more, their battle shaking heaven and earth. Lin Xuan and Wang Muran exchanged astonished glances, a heavy weight settling within their hearts. They did not recognize Sanghua, but they were intimately familiar with Ling Yuxiu and Si Yunxiang. These two had once been members of the Heaven Alliance, though outstanding, they had still fallen slightly short of them. Yet now, Ling Yuxiu and Si Yunxiang had arrived in Supreme Emperor Heaven only a month earlier, yet their cultivation had advanced to a level beyond imagination. The pressure this placed upon them was immense. Only a month apart, and we may already be unable to defeat them. Why should we even argue over superiority? Tao Master Lin Chuan said with a bitter smile. Better that we humble ourselves as students and learn the cultivation path of Supreme Emperor Heaven. Wang Muran nodded slowly. For Princess Shu and Saintess Xiang to advance so drastically in such a short time, there must be a grave flaw within Eternal Peace's cultivation system. If we can mend this weakness, our strength may also undergo a tremendous leap. The battle formation shifted again as more troops joined the fray. Tao Master Lin Chuan's gaze swept across the battlefield, where numerous scholars of Eternal Peace trained alongside the soldiers. Wei Yong, Qin Yu, Chen Wanyun, Yue Qinghong, and the others had all advanced tremendously. Their combat prowess had risen by leaps and bounds, further weighing upon the hearts of the two young men. Xu Shenghua arrived in Supreme Emperor Heaven a few days before us. That fellow is exceedingly clever. I fear he has already grasped the mysteries of this realm's cultivation and easily passed the trial of the God's Suppression Pagoda. They entered the city, where rows of Heavenly Saint Academy halls lined both sides of the street. Within them, scholars listened intently as Divine Bridge Realm experts and gods of Supreme Emperor Heaven expounded upon the Tao. Cult Master Qin truly knows how to seize opportunities. Tao Master Lin Chuan was momentarily stunned before turning to the Taoists and nuns beside him. Our Tao sect has been too isolated. We must learn the cultivation path of Supreme Emperor Heaven. Otherwise, we will forever remain suppressed by the Heavenly Saint cult. Cult Master Qin's methods are effective. As long as they are beneficial, we must adopt them. Dan Yangzi and the others acknowledged. Passing by a palace, they heard solemn Buddhist chants echoing through the air. Within, eminent monks of Great Thunderclap Monastery sat in meditation. At their center was Rulai Ma. Layers of Buddhist heavens hovered above them, formed by the resonance of countless incantations. The 20 heavens grew ever more vivid. Buddhas, gods, and bodhisattvas within each heaven became increasingly distinct, as though stepping forth from illusion into reality. Senior Uncle, what are they doing? Wang Muran asked. Opening a passage to the Buddha realm, Hermit Qing Yu replied. According to the records of Little Jade Capital, Buddhism possesses its own world, the heavens of Buddhism. During the founding emperor era, countless Buddhas ascended to that realm, leaving Great Thunderclap Monastery behind. After the era ended, the path was severed. With even the heavens being false under a grand seal, it was impossible to reach the Buddha realm. However, the world barrier of Supreme Emperor Heaven is exceedingly thin. Rulai Ma seeks to open the heavens of Buddhism here and establish contact with the ancient Buddhas. Is Rulai Ma searching for the continuation of Rulai's Mahayana Sutra? Long Yu asked. Hermit Qing Yu nodded. Most likely. The Mahayana Sutra reaches only 20 heavens. Beyond that, no further path exists. Rulai Ma's ambitions are vast. He seeks the cultivation path beyond. Tao Master Lin Chuan sighed with envy. Senior Uncle, does our Tao sect possess a Tao realm? Dan Yangzi shook his head. I have never heard of one. Lin Chuan's shoulders slumped. When ancestors fail to strive, descendants suffer. If we do not work harder, we will be surpassed by Great Thunderclap Monastery. How can Tao sect remain the sacred ground of Taoism if we continue in complacency? Dan Yangzi whispered. Though we lack a Tao realm, we have Tao-attaining gods hidden within various heavens. Supreme Emperor Heaven itself is a great heaven. It should house our sect's experts. If we find one, we can perfect our cultivation system, complete the 14 writings of Tao Sword, and even obtain the full pre-celestial supreme mystery technique. Hope flared within Lin Chuan, only to dim again. There can't possibly be such an expert here. Otherwise, how could the algebra here be so poor? As he spoke, a god of Supreme Emperor Heaven approached, clad in Taoist robes, a horsetail whisk in hand, his bearing ethereal. Are you fellow Tao sect practitioners? He asked. Tao Master Lin Chuan and the Taoists were overjoyed. Lin Chuan hurriedly returned the greeting, his voice trembling. Junior Lin Chuan, ashamed to hold the title of Tao Master, may I ask, does Senior hail from our Tao sect, having attained the Tao? The god smiled warmly. Indeed, you are of Tao sect. I too am counted among your lineage. My name is Cha, my Tao title Taoist Cha. I was once a strange beast guarding Kunlun's gates. When calamity struck, I followed Taoist Qing Tian to attain the Tao. After his fall in battle, I remained here in Supreme Emperor Heaven. The Taoists stood frozen, eyes wide. An expert of Tao sect truly existed here. but he had once been a gate-guarding beast. This meant he was not versed in the pre-celestial supreme mystery technique, nor Dao sword. All of Dao Sect's supreme arts were built upon the foundation of algebra. With algebra here being so rudimentary, such profound techniques could not have been passed down. Taoist Cha must have relied upon entirely different methods to attain the Tao. Disappointment settled over them, yet Tao Master Lin Xuan forced a smile. Senior Cha has endured much over the years. Might you assist us in settling here? These Tao friends from Little Jade Capital also lack a place to stay. Taoist Cha chuckled. A simple matter, Cult Master Qin and the Imperial Preceptor of Eternal Peace have instructed that all friends from Eternal Peace be treated with utmost sincerity. Speaking of which, you know Cult Master Qin, do you not? Truly a remarkable figure. His reputation resounds throughout Supreme Emperor Heaven, his standing unparalleled. I hear he is the Heavenly Saint Cult Master, a born saint, the famed Overlord body. Many admire him and have sought to join the Heavenly Saint cult. Tao Master Lin Xuan's expression turned peculiar as he cursed inwardly. Isn't that just a devil cult? Heavenly Saint cult traces its origins to the Heavenly Teacher, whose fame shakes the ages. Yet our Tao sect must not fall beneath them. Before Taoist Tianqing fell in battle, he entrusted certain items to me. I have safeguarded them all this time.